And we are live back again. Tuesday the what? What today is? Tuesday, August the 27th, y'all.
Yes.
And welcome back to Overflow,
Welcome
the
back.
Everyday People Show. This is the only show with me, you, your mama, and cousin too get to come on and just chop it up. Welcome back, y'all. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come in the room. I can silly already.
It's okay. Bring it.
Yeah, I can silly already. Let me see if this started. Yeah, I'll cut this down a little bit. Okay, y'all, we right ready to get started. Listen, I'm your boy RL, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the block. Give your girl Jen a hand, man. We are streaming live from YouTube and the book of the face. So they say. The book of face. Y'all, welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show, man. We got some stuff we're gonna chop up today, man. Yesterday I did a post on YouTube. I did a post on Facebook about the church and the lack therefore in the community. The lack of presence in the community that the church is providing. And basically I basically said that I think the church should provide more in the way of economics, teaching the people the way, you know what I'm saying? Not just the way when we gone. I think a lot of churches being taught about getting to heaven and all that. And all that's fine. I'm not saying everybody want to go to heaven, but before we get to heaven, we got some stuff we got to do down here.
Yes.
We got some living to do down here. And a lot of the stress that people are under, their economic stress.
Especially now.
Yeah, instead of just praying for people, oh, God gonna fix it. God gonna fix it. No, you get in here and fix it. Right. You get in here. When God fix it, they gonna need to know how to keep it fixed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I think the church has failed in that area. And there are some churches doing some stuff like that, but I'm not blaming all the churches. I'm not even blaming the churches. All I'm saying, I think the churches can do something. It's not a blame thing that I'm doing. All I'm doing is saying the churches can do something about that. What say you? I mean, just briefly, because before we get into the thing, because I don't got hot already. You know what I'm saying? We ain't did the theme song yet. So what else we gonna be talking about?
So we're gonna talk about emotions and your health, like how your emotions affect your health. Does it affect your health? Do you know that, or do you believe that? And we have a couple of questions from last week that we didn't get a chance to dive into that we're going to bring up that I think are going to be good questions to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that, y'all, right after the what?
Theme song.
The theme song. Y'all know we got to do the theme song before we get up in here, y'all. I think iPhone users are kind of like try to be like bougie people, in crowd type people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I'm saying, man.
You about to step on the toe.
From the black women, I see they don't have that patience like that. You know what I'm saying? But white women, they'll take it on the chin.
Well, okay. Well, this is.
Any of y'all got the Trump Bible?
Or the shoes.
The man selling. The man. Let me tell you about Trump. One thing about Trump, he's a hustler, man. That boy Trump is a hustler. He will sell anything. A shoe, a stamp, a 3-cent lamp.
He naked. He took everything from me. I went from a place of living a life like this to oatmeal cookies.
No child born out of my loins will ever be born to poverty. That's what I'm working on right now.
And welcome back to Overflow, y'all, the Everyday People Show. This is the only show where you get to come on. If y'all want to come on and chop it up, y'all want me to send y'all the link so y'all can come on live in person, or we'll just keep reading from y'all comments. But please, we ask y'all one favor: just share this live to your page, to your favorite group. Tag a couple of people with the live, man. That's all we need y'all to do to help us out. Let me put this live stroll up so y'all can know what we're talking about. Because we really do appreciate y'all, taking time to tune in and listen.
Yes.
We ain't what the show used to, we ain't Regis and Kathy Lee, you know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna call ourselves, Black Regis and Kathy Lee. We the Black Regis and Kathy Lee, y'all, coming at y'all. But anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we hope y'all can, get in on the conversation with us. We'll be glad to get in on the conversation with us. What's been going on? How you been?
I've been good. It's gotten better. Work has gotten better, so everything's good.
Oh, that's what's up. Work has gotten better for me too.
Good. Good.
But anyway, how y'all doing out there? What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing? That's first order business. We got to see how y'all folks doing out there. I see we got Demetrius Foot in the house, Meatball in the house, Miss Shasha. I cannot say. I'm gonna have to call her and get how she pronounce her name. Because I don't be wanting to do that. That's disrespectful to call people's name wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we done learned
I just
that.
think that disrespect. So I'm gonna call. I want you to call me and give me your name. How you pronounce your name?
She puts it on there.
Kanka. What you say?
So hold on. It says on K and Keisha.
K
and K.
I'm K and Keisha. Keisha.
Keisha.
K and Keisha. K and Keisha. Okay, you gotta say that. Okay, let me see can I get it. What it say? I am K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. So that's it? That's it?
Yeah. That's
okay.
what it look like.
K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. Am I pronouncing it right? K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. K and Keisha. Oh, okay, K and Keisha. That's a nice name.
I think we got it.
I think we got it. K and Keisha. Okay, we got K and Keisha. We got Demetrius Foot in the building. We got y'all make yourself known, man. If y'all out there, give a shout out to your boy, your girl, man. If y'all out there, we gonna get this conversation started. So yeah, y'all give a shout out, y'all out there. Yes, K and Keisha. Well, we gonna call you Ken. K. We're gonna call you K then. We're gonna call you from now on, your name is K. You know what I'm saying? You're not God changed people's name in the Bible.
Yeah.
So we will now call you K.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, y'all, well no.
I have no idea. Something fell.
What
is this? Something fell.
Oh, that's something. You tearing up the
No,
chair,
I'm
man.
not.
But okay, so how y'all doing it? We're gonna call you K. So this is the thing, y'all. Earlier this couple of days ago, I made a post. Matter of fact, let me pull the post up, y'all. What I'm talking about. And this is the question. This is my question, y'all. Should the church be teaching more than just faith, like economics, debt, and insurance? Because most of the people in the church, man, look how they're suffering through things that derive from one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The economic issues that the people deal with. Mm-hmm. Let me play my Let me see if I pull up my thingy when I made that. Okay, so I'm going to play what I said, y'all. Here we go. I'm going to play what I said, and we're going to get into it. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? I'm probably going to get criticized for what I'm about to say, man, but our people, man, we're so far behind, man, in economics. I'm talking about economics. I'm talking about, like, saving money, how to make money, how to let your money make money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at a point where I think, the preachers and the pastors, they need to start teaching money matters in church. I mean, how long, and I know church is for for about teaching about the Lord and all that, and I get that. But God don't want us to be slack and lack. So we keep teaching the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Everything that we need to know is in the Bible. So why are we constantly teaching people what's in the Bible when they got a Bible to read them for themselves? And I know a lot of people gonna criticize what I got to say, but we got to start teaching our people about economics in the church, because they won't teach it to us in the school. They won't teach economics. They won't teach stock markets and bonds and all of this stuff that they know. So we got to teach people what we got them. Where we congregate a lot. We got to stop teaching the same old stuff every day, man. The stuff that I was teaching when I was a kid about the Lord. To the same people, man. Go to church every week and y'all just learning the same lessons every day. I mean, how long does it take you to learn about the Lord? And what do you want? What do you expect of you? We need to start teaching real life stuff. Money matters is a real life thing that a lot of us getting in trouble with. A lot of people in those churches, man, they only have insurance. And this is what we got to start teaching in the church, man, along with the Bible. We just can't teach about the Bible. We got to teach people how to survive on this earth. We got to start teaching people about death, about what happened when you die. We need to start teaching people about how to survive while you heal. Come on, y'all. Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, so that's the gist of what I said. So, and it drew a lot of comments, and people still commenting on it now. Most of the people really agreed with me, but there was some people who said that church needs to just be about, church, and I get it, and I'm not saying, and I can't take that opinion away from them, but it's just my opinion that if you got everybody congregated in one place, this is the only place where Black people come together. The church. This is the only place you're gonna get us together at one time in a calm mindset at the church.
Right.
And we keep preaching the same stuff. The same stuff you preached to me when I was 10, the same stuff you preached to me when I was 20, the same stuff you preached to me when I was 30, the same stuff you preached to me when I was 40, the same stuff you preached to me when I was 50. What has changed?
Right. And the thing is when we go to church, right, money does come up. There's a lot of conversations that have to do with giving. So you're talking about tithes and offerings. So I get the part of the preaching that comes into play. So money is already being discussed, right? They're already talking about money.
Who's talking about money?
The pastors and
I mean, they talking.
So
about
it's already
money.
being discussed.
I'm talking about they discussing money as far as what the church want and what the church needs.
That's what I'm saying. So
I don't think they're discussing money as far as like what's going to help your household.
Right. So I'm saying that to help to answer the question. I think it is okay and for it to start to be something that's discussed for help of people learning how to manage their money, how to grow their money. I know it's church. Again, it's about, teaching about the Lord, your faith, things that pertain to how you live every day, but your finances are a part of that. And if the emphasis can be on money in the realm of giving, then why can't it also be part of learning how to manage your money, how to grow your money, and what you need to do to prepare yourself? Because there are scriptures that talk about your finances. I'm going to read one, okay? So it's Proverbs 21:5. It says, the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. So how can you plan something if you're ignorant? So that's what you're talking about. We need to know. We don't know these things.
And Brett said Jews and Asians don't learn about finances, economics at church or school. They learn about it at home. We have to become financially literate and teach our children. And the thing about that though, Brett, how can you teach your children something you don't know? And that's the point I'm trying to tell you. See, the Asians and Jews, they've been learning this stuff for a long time, but we haven't. You know what I'm saying? They learning this stuff somewhere, man. They learning this stuff somewhere because they control the money. So they control the money. So they on the different spectrum of the money thing. We are the consumers. See, so of course they gonna know about the money, but we don't know. We don't know about the money because we ain't on that level of dealing with money yet. We on the bottom end of the money. We the spenders. We the consumers. But still, we have to be responsible with our money. Teaching us economically will help us be responsible with our money, so we can grow entrepreneurs and stuff like that. When we make money, we spend money. And also, you don't see Jews and Asians with Jordans and stuff like that on, and a lot of name brand stuff, because they know better. They know that stuff it depreciates once you get it out of the stores. It lose value once it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Once you take it out the store, it lose value. We haven't learned that yet. We haven't learned the economic ramifications of when we make these decisions, impulsive decisions. Because we're not being taught that. They are being taught that. They're being taught at home that they are the sellers, and they in the black folks, those are your buyers. Why do you think they set up in our community? They set up in our community for a reason. Because they know we're gonna spend. We're gonna spend. They set up between the liquor store and the church. And they know we're gonna spend. So they're gonna be there to capitalize on us. And we got the pastors and all they talking about is faith. And go ahead.
Well, and so to some of your point, it's not that it's the idea of trying to make church responsible for, teaching us about economics. That's something that should come from home. At the same time, look at, the condition of how we are as a people. We spend lots of money. We are ignorant about things like stocks, bonds. Sometimes it can be the simplest things like credit cards, like how to manage your credit cards and stuff like that. So if you are going to church every Sunday, that's a setting where you can get a lot of us together at one time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So why not take that opportunity to pull scriptures like one that I just read and just put that as a part of throwing some nuggets out there. This is what you can do. Because a lot of things get taught in church that's thrown into like a sermon. So why not add some of those nuggets and then have the classes and stuff. I know some churches have like workshops and things like that. But if there's a lot of emphasis on giving money, then it should be some kind of conversations that are in the pulpit about how we can, be better at knowing about how to manage our money.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of giving. We give, like, we'll give all our money away. We'll give our rent money away. We'll give our money away that we need to get something fixed in our house or on our cars. And then we're taught, have faith. But faith without works is dead. So you got to have knowledge and you have to understand what it takes to manage your money instead of just giving it all away and just relying on your faith in God to supply your needs. That's not wisdom. Wisdom is you give, but you also need to know what you're doing with your money around your giving. So I think it would be probably helpful to our community. That's the best place to get us all together at one time.
And a lot of people don't even know when you give in church, that's a tax write-off.
Right.
And a lot of people leaving that on the table because they don't know. They just think they're giving in the name of the Lord. This is
Right.
this economics. And the pastor need to make sure the pastor. A lot of churches you go to, they don't even let the people know that when they giving money, that's a tax write-off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why are they doing that? Why are you not letting your members know that when they giving their money doing out throughout the year that they can claim it back?
Right. Yeah.
Why aren't pastors doing that? So it's like the economic illiteracy is rampant. It's so bad in the black community, and we got to have somebody to stand up and say, look, we need to do something about this because they won't teach it in school. And I always wonder why they all the stuff I learned in school, I have never had to use it. Trigonometry and algebra.
Calculus.
I ain't never had to use calculus, and I've been out of school, 40 something years. And I ain't used it yet. So they let you know that they know how to keep us dumbed down. They keep us dumbed down on purpose. And then they give us this what you call the thing, the tax name for churches?
You mean that for them to have their tax
Yeah,
free?
tax
It's
free.
501c something.
Yeah, so
Those churches.
And churches get taxed, and I think this is why a lot of people get into preaching because of that right there. Because they really making money off the church. And I ain't here to knock nobody. I ain't here to knock no pastor, no preacher. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to knock nobody. I'm just saying, teach the people the way. Don't just preach the way. You got to teach the way. You know what I'm saying? If somebody come in you, they don't lost their house. They don't lost their job. There's no reason why Word of Faith shouldn't have a temp service in that church. There's no reason why they shouldn't be operating a temp service. You know what I'm saying? Or have an urgent care. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got doctors going to that church. They got people who in HR going to that church, and you can create jobs right now. So if a member loses his job, you got a temp service in the church that they can just go right over there and look, we gonna send you to the job until you get hired.
They have limitations. I think churches are limited, and when they are tax free, to what they can do. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, but
and I believe you. I believe they're limited to the things they can do. It has to be like a non-for-profit type thing.
Mhm.
You know, because and that's how the government gets you. They take care of you, but they hold you hostage. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it has to be a non-for-profit like thing. But I think the churches have to get involved, man. Brian Fellow, what's up, Brian Fellow? I ain't see this my whole Bobcats, man. Churches should partner with financial institutions to deliver the message. Churches not Churches not experts. They have gotten members swindled by so-called investment experts preying on the churches. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
Yeah, there has been some churches that they bring in investors in. See, they bring people in. They bring their people in. What I'm trying to say, teach people how to about debt.
Yeah.
About debt. How to get rid of your debt. How to get debt, how to get your credit score up. This supposed to be stuff we supposed to learn in middle school and in high school. They should have taught us that in high school. So when we got out of high school, we would have known better than what we did. Because there was a guy who responded in that post. He said he wished he had known this stuff when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And knowing. You know what they say about knowing is half the battle. Mm-hmm. Knowing is half the battle. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, and it would just be nice if they could implement more of it instead of just giving us the understanding about tithes and offerings, because giving is a part of your walk here, but we also need to know how to take care of our money so we can grow it and not like I said, give it all away. Because I used to be one of those people. I mean, giving it all away, and I still had money though to do other things, but it was still, I mean, it was just the pressure sometimes was on, to just give because it was a number put out there, and and you feel guilty if you don't, like something bad is going to happen to you, and so you get into this mode about money, like you give it away, you spend it all, but we do need to learn how to grow our money and how to use it so that we don't have to every time somebody died do a GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's people have to do that, and I get it. There's no judgment. It's just that we shouldn't be in that state more than not.
Yeah, and it seems like we the only group of people who do that. Like when somebody passes away, we passing buckets and having fish fries and stuff like that to try to raise money, and we know. And we, unfortunately, we know we gonna die. We know we gonna die one day. We the only people look at death as I don't want to talk about it. You jinking me. No, you're gonna die. It's a fact.
And it's a hard subject.
Yeah, I know it's a hard subject, but it's the reality of it. You sometimes we scared of reality, and we go in church every day and we read about this stuff, and we talking about the end of time. We preach about the end of time and where your soul and all the spirit gonna go, but we scared to die. But we don't even want to die. How you gonna get to heaven? You don't want to die. You gonna die. You might as well face it. You gonna die. Why aren't we insured? Why aren't the pastors teaching the importance of having insurance? You know what I'm saying? Why isn't he teaching that? You know what I'm saying? And it's like churches now like Sunday, you go to church, we're gonna teach you something, we taught the same stuff we taught you last year. John 3:16. Turn John 3:16. He told us to turn John 3:16 last year. He preached on John 3:16 last year. And the year before that. And it's like the repetitive. It's like repetitive motion. It's like you teaching people stuff, but they ain't really learning nothing. It's like you feel what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to knock the church in the ultimate purpose of church. I don't think God would be mad if you teach people how to be economically responsible.
Yeah, and I feel like from the smallest churches to the biggest churches, to what level that is safe, I guess, depending, you throw it in there. You can pull, like I said earlier, you can pull scriptures to connect it to the teaching so that it's not like you're trying to turn your church into a financial institution. It's not that, but it's okay. You can pull up other things that God speaks on and elaborate on it. You can do that with finances too. Yeah. So there's a way that it could be done where it's not like, again, extreme, where you're like, okay, that's what you have financial advisors for. But that's a setting that it can be added. I think a little bit of it can be added. I don't see where we're hurt.
I used to be against teaching what do we call it when they teach prosperity. I used to be against prosperity preachers. I really didn't be against prosperity preachers. But when I look back on it, I be saying it makes sense. God, who don't want to prosper? Who want to be broke, man? You know what I'm saying? So I used to go in hard on prosperity preachers. You know what I'm saying? But fortunately for me, I don't let my brain and my mind be contained.
Can I ask why you was like so like why?
Because I was fresh in the game. When I was fresh in the game, you know what I'm saying? It was all about spirituality.
Gotcha.
And then as time goes on, nothing really changes. Nothing really. Your life, you feel better spiritually, but your life ain't changing. So something ain't right.
So I'll tell you why I had issues with it, because I don't know if I was as passionate as you, but I had issues with it because from my perspective, even though I didn't have like, a lot of financial problems, so to speak, but I had down times just like anybody else. But what I'm saying is like, it was always hard to see them preach it and then everybody still go home broke a little bit, struggling, needing help. And then they're constantly they're just building bigger things for themselves. And so that was the only hard part I had about it. I'm like, wait, like I'm giving you all my money, but then I'm still having to, pray to God that things will get better for me while I'm giving you all of my money, even though it does disperse to other things. Some of it is still in their pocket though. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I'm sure some of it goes to their pockets. So it's like the prosperity thing. If you're going to preach it, let's just teach how to be prosperous, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And so there's no need to be leaving church. Depending on how much you put in, you know what I'm saying? What, 50 to 100 times, $50 to $100 broker, you know what I'm saying? But you still got a 500 credit score. And ain't nobody said nothing about how to get their credit score to move up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody preaching on credit. Ain't nobody preaching on insurance. Ain't nobody preaching on things that should help you, like debt. How to get out of debt. How can I get out of debt? You know what I'm saying? Go get a scripture in the Bible where people had to pay off their debt. You know what I'm saying? what they
There's
call it,
something in there, I'm sure.
indigenous servants. What they call them, servants who sold themselves into slave to pay off a debt.
I'm not sure what the
Yeah, I think back then they sold themselves into slavery to pay off a debt. I think that's how they paid debt off back then. Preach on that and teach debt. You know what I'm saying? How to get out of debt, not to get into debt. What happened when you get into debt? Because now you got to spend your paycheck on everything you buy because you ain't got no good credit. So now you working every week to get to the next week, to get to that to get the payday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's something that I think it could be of help. I mean, even if it's just a little bit, like you can't lose if people are coming every Sunday, you get your faithful members, and you just throw something out there. Because you know how a lot of times at church at the end, they'll have like these 10 things, it could be about life. It won't necessarily be about the scripture. It may be tied to it, but it'll be 10 things that you can write down how you can be better about something or what you need to remember. And you could throw something in there about finances, just challenge, the people to, pay more attention to it and just grow in it. It's not, again, trying to replace
Yeah, you're
financial,
not trying to replace.
but it's a support system.
Yeah, and your sermon can be built around that. Your sermon can be built around why insurance is important. Your sermon can be built around
Yes.
why it's important not to get in debt.
Right.
How good credit can help you, and you can tie that in with the sermon. If you can go in there and find a sermon about how to give,
Yes, that's
you know
what I
what I'm
was.
saying.
I was
You
thinking
can
some
go in there
things
and
like
find a
that.
sermon
Yeah.
about how to save.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How to store up.
Mm-hmm.
How to store up. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, my storage is empty. You write your storage is empty. You know what I'm saying? We used to sing this song, my storage is empty. Yeah, okay, you right, your storage is empty because you didn't save. You didn't save up during the winter. And that can be tied into savings. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't knocking the churches. I love church.
Right.
So I'm not saying get rid of church. You know what I'm saying? Byron said, I think the church should help facilitate in how to budget child care, GED program. These things affect our exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. It affect our community.
Right.
But see, the problem with these churches, I'm gonna tell y'all the problem with these churches now. They're not people from the community. They're not people from the community. Most of these churches, the people who in these churches live on the outskirts. They just found a plot of land and built their church right there. But they don't deal with the people in the community. You know what I'm saying? When you go to Word of Faith, when churches let out, they got them polices out there, and they moving people real quick out of there, and them folk get right on the expressway. They get right on the expressway. They hurry up and get them out of there. You know what I'm saying? They hold traffic up. They hold the people in the community traffic up, so the people in church can get out of there real quick and go home to their Sunday dinner. Because church is over with, we got what we need for the week, just to sustain us for the rest of the week. We good. And the church can't just be about that. You know what I'm saying? Because even the Bible says you're going to be renewed. You're going to be changed by the renewing of your mind. If we don't renew our mind, we're going to always be the same. Until we renew our mind, but we still got the same mindset about church, that it's just supposed to be for faith. Oh, no, it don't. The church supposed to be the pillar of the community. Martin Luther King was the pillar in the community. We wouldn't even have civil rights if it weren't for the church people, the pastors in the church. But the pastors in the church now, they ain't trying to get into the community no more, man. Let's be honest about it. But I ain't knocking them. What's up? Political agitator in the building, Jermaine.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I've been sitting here listening. I heard your message earlier today, man. Good shit. That's solid, man. That's solid.
Yeah, man. And I've been having that thought, man, for a second, like, but I ain't. We want to. You're not. You be having a thought, but you're gonna say everybody gonna look at you different, like,
man.
Look at you like, oh,
at this point, man. At this point, man, we can't worry about how everybody looking at us, man. Speak your truth, man. If that's your truth, it is what it is. But man, I would say, and I would kind of push back on it and say, I don't think that's what the church's job. I would agree with some of the comments, the quote unquote the church is supposed to be what when I used to go to church, winning souls, right? So you're supposed to learn financial responsibility and stuff like that. You're supposed to learn that from home. But of our age group, you know what I'm saying? Our parents, they can only teach what was in their toolbox. So our parents didn't know, about, life insurance policies and, how to earn money, like, through investments and stuff like that. They knew, hey, go to school, get a good job, invest in your 401k and, what I'm saying, and retire. That's what they knew. And that's what they taught us. So the church, what religion teaches is a direct is totally different than what you're talking about prosperity, because religion teaches you that your goal, you're going to get everything after life. That's what religion teaches. You're going to get all your riches after life, after you pass on, that's what they teach. So it goes against teaching you to be prosperous now while you're living here on earth.
Yeah, and that's probably of true. I mean, I think there's the thought that later on, that's when I'll get all my worries and burdens taken off me, whether it's money, my health. It's kind of like you can be sick now, but you can also be healed now. And so if you can have an eternal, healthy, whole body, you can, or however your spiritual state is, connected to your body changing, you can still have healing on earth. So if people are thinking all of your, riches or mansions to be after this life, but God still does say in his word, you can't have while you're here. And it's in the Bible. I just quoted one scripture, but there are other scriptures that talk about it. So, it can be put into church sermons if the whole Bible is taught a little bit over time. I mean, that book has been around for a long time, and you got to look at how many Sundays are in a month. Why can't some of this stuff be touched on other than the giving part of tithes and offerings? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Church has changed, since, especially when I grew up in, and that's why I believe you have to separate the difference between a church and religion. Because when I grew up in the church, when I was in New York, our church used to be open every single day of the week. It wasn't just on Sunday. It was they housed the homeless. They had Bible study on Wednesday. They had such and such on Tuesday, Friday. Every day of the week it was something going on, and they were actually out in the communities doing stuff for the community. And like Robert said, was a pillar of the community. Nowadays, the church is not like that because they're incentivized not to be like that anymore.
Right.
Now you have certain churches and people in the church who will go out and evangelize and stuff like that, but it's far and few between that do that.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like the churches used to be the pillar of the community, but like I say, the churches are not part of the community no more. They just come in and they use the building within the community, and then they jet out. Soon church is over with. But like I said, I'm not here to knock the pastors and all that. I'm just saying this is something we can use to help us out. I'm not saying it's a responsibility of the church.
Of course,
I'm just saying the church has to take up the mantle. Sometimes you have to step in and say, listen, what can we do to make people's lives better?
Right.
Other than just telling them about faith and all this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you could come up with a sermon about giving, you could come up with a sermon about saving.
Yeah.
There's
definitely scriptures in the Bible about that, and they can pull that together, and then to their benefit. Basically, if the people that are going learning this stuff get in a better state with their money, then they can give more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's a benefit to it. Because prosperity isn't just about gaining things because you believe God for it. You have to put some work in to be able to gain stuff.
Yeah,
you have to put some work in. We're not here to just walk off of and live off of our faith, it's a combination. Like I said earlier, faith without works is dead. So you
It's
have
dead.
to know what to do.
Yeah, faith without work is dead. You can pray till you blue and black in the face.
Yeah.
But if your mind ain't evolving,
Right.
if you're not evolving up in here, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be transformed by the renewing. The Bible says you're gonna be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if your mind ain't never been renewed, if you just keep learning the same stuff year after year after year, it's the same sermon. Oh, get it, Pastor. Oh, get it, Pastor. Yeah, Pastor. Go, Pastor. You know, Pastor did his thing. Yeah, but you still the same.
And people will be amazed at how some of the simplest stuff is in the word, where it says, like, if you don't work, you don't eat. Like, it's simple stuff. And I promise you, God covers everything. You just have to find the scriptures and apply them. And sure, you can read at home and learn these things, but I think we're kind of lazy as a people. So sometimes we need the pastors to kind of jumpstart it for us. And they put it up there on the screen, we look at it. Some of us study when we go home. Sometimes we don't, but they put it up there for you. But sometimes, because we don't read ourselves, we don't know these scriptures are there. We know the main ones, that what we grew up on, the same ones, just the same stuff.
Yeah.
Because even for myself, like, just reading here and there at times when I'm just not like in a setting where I'm talking with a lot of people, like in a Bible study, I'll pull up on my phone certain things and I'll say, gosh, I didn't read this when I was growing up. And it helps me because, again, if I have access to a Bible, I can study these things for myself. But it's nice to have a teacher or a leader that can, jumpstart it for you, put it up there and probe your mind, so you can say, you know what, this is in the word. It's not just only about, having faith to be healed or to have faith that God can give me money. If you can pray for healing, God, you still wouldn't negate taking medicine or getting yourself seen about, right? So why would you not understand the things about, money to help you while you're learning to be prosperous and stuff like that. So, I don't think it would be a bad thing to sprinkle more of it in past to talking about tithing and offering. I think it would be good.
Yeah, Byron Furlow said good points. I'm taking notes and will discuss with my church. Don't tell him I told you now.
And to Jenny's point, and to both of y'all's point, I mean that's something that can be discussed in your individual church. I mean, most churches have like boards and stuff like that. Hey, can we get a night where we bring some of these teachers or some of whoever to come in and teach some of this stuff? I mean, the church shouldn't just be empty on Monday to Saturday to Sunday and only full on Sunday. I mean, so it can be it, but that's up to your shepherd of your church, who is the pastor. They have to agree to that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, some of these pastors don't live in the community where the church is at. They live out of town. Like I grew up in a Methodist church, so it's turned around in the Methodist church every so many years. You get a new pastor or whatever, because whatever the case, I forget what they call it or whatever, but you get a new pastor in there. So, and they may not be from the area.
Because the old pastor didn't get his raise. Yeah, man. So, like I was saying, it's those when you give in the church, a lot of that is tax. You're not much tax write off. People don't know left on the table. That's on tax write off. Every time you give, you're supposed to give get a receipt.
And they will, around tax season, they will send home a letter to you. You should get a letter in the mail talking about your contributions and stuff. Like, it'll spell out all of what you gave, like with tithes and offerings. So, but I don't know if people all know that I can't use this as a tax write-off, but they will send it to you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most folks don't use that as a tax write-off. They just let it go. Oh, God got me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
God gonna take care of me.
Have y'all heard of churches? Like, here's a couple of churches that's around here. They ask people for their W-2s.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of that too.
And also, too, some churches will they'll ask for your social security number on
I
the
would
tithing
never.
thing.
I would never.
No, I've seen that. I'm like, what?
Social Security
No.
and my W-2. No, I'm gonna give
Yeah, I've
10%
seen
of
that.
what I would give.
Yeah, I think your social security number is stretching. But I've seen that before. So that's private, personal information that you just I don't know. That's going a little bit more than
They
you
need to
know.
know you ain't lying up in church.
Well, they better have faith.
About how much you make. You know
That's
what
where
I'm
they
saying?
better have faith now.
Well,
Come
shit,
on.
they be lying. Shit.
Sister Jenny, we see you got a $5,000 raise this year. We need to bump you up a little bit.
Mm-mm.
But seriously though, that was a thought of mine. You know what I'm saying? I just put it out there. I'm get to the point where I don't care what people think about what I say no more. I used to, you know what I'm saying? I used to think about what people thought about my thoughts.
Mm.
But my thoughts make sense to me.
I'm gonna say this, like, you bold, you real bold. I admire you. I put thoughts out there that I hope will help somebody because I have a
So you
lot of
saying you don't
thoughts
think
too.
my thoughts gonna help
Yeah, they
nobody?
do. They do. Look at the conversation. You look at you stirring people's minds. Like
Yeah.
you getting people to think about something that we probably just ain't never thought about or thought about and just didn't have the bravery to say it like you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
made me feel
Hey,
special.
but
Same.
I just wanted to tap in for a second, y'all. I got to go. Got training to do.
What's your son? What's up? What's up?
He's
What's going on with that?
he's at strength and conditioning now. He does that 3 days a week. And they'll be back with the high school the month of September. Coaches are able to get with the kids with their players in the month of September. So they'll have a whole month with the coaches, and then October they'll have a break, and then November starts the basketball season. So, yep.
All right.
All
All
right,
right, y'all.
y'all.
Y'all,
Well,
y'all
I'll
go, y'all
check in
go
with
check
y'all later.
Jermaine out, man. Y'all go check Jermaine out. Go buy some of his gear.
Yes.
I can't let you go away without telling people what you do.
Hey,
Your
man.
state of mind.
www.rsmclothing.com. Support if you can. If not, it's all good.
Rich state of mind. www.rsmclothing.com. Y'all go check out the man
He
gear, man.
sells women's stuff too, ladies.
All
Sell
right, y'all.
underwears and everything with his
I don't
name
sell no
on
underwear.
it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
All right, Jermaine. Yeah, y'all go check Jermaine out. Y'all go to after the show. After the show now. Y'all go check his website out, and he got caps and you know what I'm saying, some nice shirts, man, with his own logo that he created. You know
High
what I'm
quality
saying?
shirts too.
Yeah, some good quality shirts.
Yeah.
I've been wearing them for the past couple of weeks. Y'all go check my boy out, man.
Yeah.
Jermaine, I like Jermaine because he kind of speak his mind.
Oh,
he got
yeah.
his own mindset. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at that, but the things that we can agree on, we agree on. The
Right.
things we don't.
Right.
We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, y'all. Yeah. So you got anything further you want to say about this topic?
No. I think we covered a lot. It's just an idea that I think would be great to be considered. I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't
You
hurt.
have nothing to lose. Like I say, I think some churches do have restrictions. They may be limited for different reasons, but if we can teach about all these other things that's tied into the word, like about how we treat people, about having faith. I mean, money issues and things like that are in the word. If you just look in Proverbs, you'll see some just practical things in there about how to just deal with even, some situations with money. I promise you, just look it up. So it wouldn't hurt. But that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Who was it?
Okay, I resent it.
Tell her I said, hey. All right, y'all. I think we're going to move on to the next topic. Let's see.
Okay.
You want to move on to the next
Yeah,
topic?
yeah,
All
we can
right.
move to the next topic. But let me yeah, so I'm not y'all, I'm still a Christian, y'all. So don't go telling everybody, you know, don't go telling everybody.
Okay.
Don't
We
go
know
telling
you.
everybody don't go telling everybody he don't switched up now. Don't go telling everybody. Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Mhm.
I got somebody on it. Okay, go ahead and go into the thing. So what I was saying, y'all, it was just a suggestion. I think church is where it's one place where we congregate, and that's what we should do. We should teach people about economics in the church and not just faith. We got to teach people how to survive while we're here, and not just prepare. We got to stop preparing people for when we're gone and start keeping people, ready when we're here. That's all I'm saying. But what's up? You go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's see. All right. So the next topic is our health a reflection of our emotions or how we feel? I always have believed that our emotions do affect our health. There is science to it that over the years we are able to find out. We can Google things. We have there, authors of books that talk about these type things that maybe as kids growing up we just didn't tie the two. We figure somebody's sick if they have diabetes or they have stomach issues. There is no way we ever looked at it as something that has to do with emotions. A lot of times we look at, okay, it's our diet, um, and mostly just tied to what we eat or what we don't eat, whether we exercise and things like that. But in reality, a lot of our illnesses are spawned from our emotions, and I would say our negative emotions, because of course we have happy emotions and we have the good feelings, but our health is definitely tied to our emotions. And so I've been reading this book. It's called The Complete Guide to Your Emotions and Your Health. As it sparked an interest in me to understand more of what I've already kind of gotten into from years back, learning about my own body and how things have gone on in my life. And generally, when I've gone through the roughest times of my life, that was when I had some type of ailment and was sick to the point where I would look around and say, you know what, this doesn't run in my family. Where did this come from? Like, how did I get sick? And I could always tie it to trauma. I could always tie it to a stressful event or situation that was ongoing. So I do believe that our health is a reflection of our emotions, and it's just a part of the way that our bodies function around our feelings, which feelings do matter. You know how people say stuff like, who cares about your feelings? No, your feelings matter, and they should matter to you because it's gonna affect your health. So we're talking about negative emotions. So, but also too, your good emotions do affect your health too. So the better your emotions are, the better your health is. So you want to say something?
So you saying so basically what you're saying, a lot of our sickness is directly due to how we're feeling
Yep.
emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Say like you hating somebody.
Okay.
Say like you holding on to some things in your past.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people hold on to things in their past, and it's making them sick,
Right.
physically,
Of course.
because they haven't, gotten rid of that thing in their past that has been on their mind for so long, and every day they have to think about that because they haven't even forgiven someone
Mhm.
or put that behind them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's making them sick. So this is what you're talking about.
Yes.
And I can kind of understand. Let me bring somebody up. Life, what's going on, girl?
Hey.
What it do?
How you doing, brother? How you guys
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good, y'all.
How
We
is
got my girl in the
everything?
building, huh?
How is everything? How is everything?
Everything is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Good to see
Good.
you
Good.
again.
Yeah,
Good to see
definitely
you
good to
guys
see
as
you again.
well. Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for the invite. I appreciate it. You must have felt my energy. I told
Yeah,
my girlfriend.
yeah.
I said Robert must have felt my energy, baby, because I was just thinking about him and it hit me up. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I've been wanting to actually come on, chop some stuff up with me. I mean,
Okay.
you're welcome to come on anytime you want to. Just say, shoot the link. You know what I'm saying? Because this is an open forum, and we want to keep. I love to hear how other people feel about situations and stuff. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
and
Okay.
right now with this, the topic now is about is our health a reflection of our emotions and how we feel? Basically, our sickness is it a direct cause of a way we feel, like things we are holding on to? You know what I'm saying? Can
I'm gonna
that
have to.
make us sick? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to say, yeah, brother. I'm gonna have to agree there, a hundred
Mhm.
percent. Not only because
Mhm.
we that's a thing. That's what it is. We don't make the rules. We
Hold
just
on, hold
show
on.
up.
I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. I want you to I want you to give your introduce yourself, who
Okay.
you are, and what you get, and what you got, and what you've done. Who,
Okay,
yeah,
cool, cool,
be
cool, cool.
fair. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't want to just start talking. That's cool. I appreciate that, Robert. So let's do a formal introduction,
Yeah, do
guys.
a formal introduction.
Let's do a
Yeah.
formal introduction, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody from the Overflow Show. This is Life Journey speaking to you guys. I'm a podcast host. Uh, I'm really just a vessel for God, to be honest with you. And whatever that entails, you could put me under that umbrella if that make any sense to you. That's about it. But I do have something new coming up. I have my second book that's getting ready to be released. We're gonna do the pre-sales on September 8th, Robert. That's my mom's birthday, September
Mhm.
8th. I'm gonna release the pre-sale that day, but I will release the actual book on my birthday. And it's called Life Tried to Beat the Hell Out of Me, But God. So that's a story of redemption. That's a story about the ashes rising again. So we all go through something. So yes, that's me. That's who I am in a nutshell. You know, I'm just your favorite person to be positive. I just want to shine a little light, spread some love, man, and just know whatever it is that we think we got to hold on to, you better let it go. Cause carrying bondage, I tell you, it ain't for the weak. It ain't for the healthy either. Cause it'll drive you mentally insane. And that's how come I have to agree with you guys' topic tonight that you definitely can get sick. I'm worrying.
Yeah, I wanna respond to a comment that was up. So it says, I think it's Tiff. Okay, so her let me see. Her comment says that's understandable, but I don't believe that's for everyone. Some of the most giving and kindest people deal with ailments as well. So let me help give a better understanding about this subject. So I consider so it's not in judgment of a person's their being.
Mm-hmm.
It's about circumstances because
Mm-hmm.
I consider myself humbly a very kind, giving person.
Mm-hmm.
And during one of the most traumatic times in my life was when I developed a condition called acute pancreatitis. Because I'm so giving and because I'm so loving, during that time when I was taking care of my sick mother who passed, I was going through some marital issues. I was dealing with, I'm being transparent, I was dealing with some abandonment and things like that. And I developed pancreatitis, and I remember thinking, where is this coming from? But it's coming from the traumatic situation, that things that were back to back, and it was in my gut. So everything, certain emotions are tied to certain ailments. So people who deal with a lot of anger, they have heart issues. People, when you have a lot of anxiety and fears, and you overthink and you're worrying, that affects your gut. And I was going through that, and so um, I understand that it's not about judging who you are and your personality and your heart. It's about when you're going through stress. So your feelings and emotions are derived from the stresses and the traumas of life, which affects your health. So I hope that gives a better understanding of what the topic is about. It's not about judging a person. It's about if you're in a stressful situation, your body responds to your feelings about it. And then therefore you get ailments that, you know, show up as, you know, like for me, acute pancreatitis. And that's something that really shocked me because I'm like, how in the world? But I was just going through a lot of back to back traumatic things. And it just, if then those feelings affected my body. So that's, I hope that helps with the subject as far as like the question.
Yes. That was real and authentic right there. I can agree with you on that because that's some of the same pieces to my story as well. Like, even though the situation is not the same, we all consider ourselves to be some fairly decent people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to tell you that they're an asshole. Nobody's going to come and
Correct.
say that I treat people bad. They're not going to come
Mm-hmm.
open the closets and throw their skeletons out. So it's easy to say, I don't deserve. None of us deserve. If that's the case, we don't deserve grace, but God gives it to us every day. You feel me?
Amen.
But on the other side of things, we fight a fight out here in this life, just like you said. And sometimes those challenges come and we don't know how to deal with those stressful situations. And we deal with them our way, right? Get up, still go to work, still go to school,
Mm-hmm.
still take care of kids. But internally is where the war is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Internally
yeah.
is where the war is.
Right.
I've been on my way to where I'm going now. I've been making footprints, right? And I didn't do it on purpose, and God just been aligning me on purpose, with even without my help. I just do what He say. I'm just being obedient. And every time I get ready to go into my phone and I write things, and I'm getting ready for the next podcast, and I'm getting ready for this, and I'm getting ready for that. He has built me all the way up to about 7 episodes that I haven't released yet. One of them is similar to you guys' conversation tonight for whatever reason. I just told my
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend yesterday that I was going to combine and consolidate all of them into one show, right? But tonight that's crazy because I want to give y'all something, and I'm gonna give it to you guys. And I guess I did that for y'all. God said the war is internal, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
internal. So that's what you guys are dealing with. It's a projection of people thinking that we can fight this thing that you're talking about with our hands. It's not tangible. It's not physical. There's nothing you can do about that. It's a war of mind. It's a war of the flesh. And that's something that we all got because we're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the greatest people die young. My mother died at
Mm-hmm.
49 years old. She was 49 years old, dog. Like one of the sweetest people in the world. Don't judge
Mm-hmm.
nobody. Took care of
Yeah.
the neighborhood. Would give you the shirt off her back. But that right there wasn't gonna keep her healthy.
Right.
That's not going to keep her healthy. Being knowledgeable of our bodies
Mm-hmm.
and getting in alignment, of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, and
Mhm.
taking that time for meditation, and
Mm-hmm.
taking that time when things are bothering us, having those conversations, setting those boundaries. That's on our way to healthy.
Yes.
That's on our way to healthy. And
Mm-hmm.
even if it's just a fight of stress, you could be having a breakup, a marital issue.
Of
That can take
course.
you out of here. That
Oh
alone
yeah.
can take you out of here.
Mm-hmm. That's
Grieving can take
interesting.
you out. Yeah,
Yeah,
grieving
that's
can take
interesting
you
you
out.
bring that up. And I'm gonna say this, real quick and I'm gonna let you have the floor. Um, there's a stress rating scale that's in this book, and death of a spouse was the number one.
Absolutely.
The next one was divorce, and then the third one was marital separation. And it was just a number, like it wasn't a small list. And at the bottom of the list, it was a minor violation of the law. So we have all type of forms of stress. Some of it is a change of living conditions, change of schools. Stress is stress, and it's how you deal with it, and what you may not understand is important in how you deal with it, so that you can kind of get to a place where it's not killing you. Because I had to
Absolutely.
learn the hard way. I had to learn the
Yeah.
hard way. I didn't understand. Um, and ever since that experience that I had back then, um, I've learned how to manage stress a whole lot better because of that one.
Situation.
Yeah, and it was
Hmm.
situation on top of situation. I mean, I was in a car wreck that almost killed me, and
Hmm.
my children. It was a lot. It was so
Hmm.
much that I
Hmm.
learned, and so now I still have stress in my life that it's in different forms. All stress is not bad, but stress is
Hmm.
stress, and change can be stressful. It doesn't have to be a bad change, but it does affect our health and how we deal with it. So you got the
Absolutely.
floor because I know you got much
Absolutely.
to share and say, and I want to hear.
Yeah,
So
I wanted to share that with you guys that that's what I'm working on for my that's my message, is that's my message, guys, is to internally find that. Seek and search and turn examine thyself. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop. Uh I could just say point my finger and say everybody did everything. That could be true too. But the end result is how I responded. That's the
mm,
end result. And you respond different when you process it different, when you think about it different. But we come from a place where childhood trauma took a toll on us a long time before we got to adulthood. So when you
mm,
did coming from childhood trauma, we weren't taught how to decompress.
mm,
We weren't taught this. We weren't taught how to sit and say, hey, listen, you take all this stuff that you're dealing with, and I need you to be able to detoxify that. We can't
mm,
cleanse it. It's no detoxification for it because just what you said as kids and growing up in this country, and you're black as kids growing up in the projects. On Monday you got some shit. On Tuesday you do too. On Friday some other stuff going on, and then next week mama got some stuff going on, and then next week is some other stuff going on. It's always something when you growing up in the environment where you become a product so fast because you got to find a way to feed yourself, clothe yourself, and do these things for yourself. But what can we do once we've got to a place of where we at? What, 44? I'm 44. All this trouble coming behind me if I don't know how to dump it all out,
mm,
if I don't know how to process it, if I don't know how to put it all back. And that's where we come at with that generational curses. In order to break generational curses, we got to start somewhere. I'm still trying to break them now.
mm,
I had to be bold against my bloodline. Oh, they whole mad at me now.
mm,
Oh, the world can get mad at me because I'm ready to go to war about me and my peace. I won't take another piece of bondage come from nobody else's mess. Do you hear what I say?
mm,
I'm telling you, that's stress. If it's your
mm,
children, let them have it. It's your wife, let her have it. It's your husband, let them have it. It's the school, let them have it. It's the job, pray your way off of it. Because God ain't set us up to send us back. We done came
mhm,
too far. We done
Mhm.
came too far. So I say to you guys, that's my whole message for my next 6 months is internalizing your
mm,
own behavior. Look
mm,
at yourself and what you allow. Don't look at the man who slapped you. What was you doing right before he took his hand and put it up like this, getting ready to slap your face? What was you
mm,
doing? Was you protecting yourself or did you put yourself in that position?
mm,
What was you doing to get in that position? We got to think about that.
mm,
Sometimes our trouble comes, but it's only because we welcome it.
mm,
It's only because we welcome it. I used to welcome trouble all the time and blame it on somebody else. I thank God for growth. I
mm,
can sleep at night now. I can sleep at night because I'm a true, authentic version of myself. Because if you don't like what I said, I don't care. I don't care. Because guess what I won't do is be at war with myself because that's too much stress. That's too much stress thinking about what I should have said to you. Tomorrow may come and you ain't gonna be here. I ain't going to the church in the casket and say that. I need your ears to hear it.
Mm.
I ain't got time to figure that out. If you want to be somebody else in somebody's story, then show up as who you want to be. That's just how simple as it comes. Don't let nobody send you back in bondage. We done came too far.
mm.
Don't let nobody send you back to despair. I might did cuss you out on Monday, but Wednesday God got his grace on me. And you better be glad because Friday I might slap you. You
Mm.
understand? That's how that works. That's yeah, that's how that works. Because what people do when you telling your transition and where you at, they challenge that. And they come at you and they try to bring out a worse version of you because it looked
Mhm.
better to them. Now they get to prove to themselves, oh, you just like me. You
Mhm.
messed up
Yep.
just like me. You
Mhm.
see what?
Exactly.
Don't let people take you back to where you grown from,
Mhm.
Yeah.
not the way you
Yeah.
grown from. Yeah. So it's so for me, I would say for me, I have lupus, and I've been diagnosed with lupus since 35. I don't believe that I ever would have been diagnosed with it if I wasn't in a high level stress in my life. I
Mhm.
was at such a high level of stress. Same thing with you. Going through issues, relationship issues. I got hit by a truck physically. My body was hit by a truck, a F-150. I'm dealing with things. I'm still grieving from my mother. A year after I get diagnosed, I lose my brother. I ain't get a phone call, Robert. Listen to me, Robert and Jen. Ain't nobody called me, not now time. Still to this day, I never received a call and nobody say, "Hey, are you all right?
Mm.
How is you go? How is you doing? Have you
Mm.
picked yourself up yet?
Mm.
Do you need some? Do you need some water? You needed some saltine crackers?" I didn't get
Mm.
that. So I had to go through that war on my own, but that is where God made me. That's where he broke me at. That's where all this came at. And you in the season of understanding that you're responsible for your own self. You can't look for
Mm.
people to free you. You can't look for them to stop putting you in bondage because they're trying to take their bondage and put it on you. You can't
Mhm.
look for them to stop stressing you because they're taking their stress and they putting it on you. You can't look for them to stop lying on you when they run their mouth to their friends because they got to make the story their way. You understand me? You let them
Mm.
add all out and you let the universe work out the puzzles, the pieces to the puzzle because you know what you're doing.
Mm.
God knows your heart. But if you worry about it, you're going to be back at that stress level.
Mm.
You're going to be
Wow,
back at that stress level.
that's truth right there.
Yes. Yes. So I
Y'all, and
just wanted to share that
she
with you
has
guys.
she has a podcast, y'all. Y'all got to go
Mhm.
check her podcast out. If you're on is it on? I know it's on Spotify. I
It's on
listen to it on.
Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. It's on Apple Music. Every platform that's up, my podcast is on. It's Echoes of Life podcast. ECHOESLYFE podcast, guys. I'm on Instagram. I have some content that I'm putting together for you guys. I do everything intentional, Robert. You know I do. So I don't just
Yeah,
put
I know
stuff
because
together.
I've been checking your podcast. Let me see if
Yeah.
she got something new on here. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah. One of my guys just asked me. He said, "Life, Saturday." He said, "Life, I've been going to your podcast. I've been waiting on you." He said, "I know you're coming." I said, "I am." But if you guys understood what it takes for me to go in and get it, I have to go in and dig and get it. I don't want
I
to
can
be. I
imagine.
don't want to be of this flesh when
Yeah,
I come to His people.
I can
I
imagine.
don't.
You don't just want to put anything out there,
No, I don't do
so
that.
I fully get you. I do.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
don't do that.
do.
I don't do that. I walk in spirit. I walk in obedience. I
Right.
watch it. Yeah, and I watch everybody. I think we all get a different piece of nugget from different places. Like
Right.
a piece here and a piece there. I'm just grateful for you guys, Robin Jean. You guys are
Thank
always so
you.
good to me. Yes, I appreciate you guys. Y'all know I just be all over y'all page. I mean, that's I know. I know Robin get
Look, and
tired of me.
I appreciate your support. And I try to. I'm the type of person I try to support people with my platform as best I can.
Absolutely, absolutely. You do. You try to give everybody love, Robert, and you always have. Though I can't say that, and I never met a person who sing for free like you have. Because let me tell you something. They might not understand that story, but I do, and I appreciate it. I saw you many times for no concert free. I ain't paying no concert ticket, so I got to be grateful myself, brother.
And I keep telling myself I ain't gonna do it, but I find myself. I just feel like I just
It's
think
time.
God keep telling me. I think God just keeps saying this ain't about you.
Exactly.
Yo, what the mission I got you on? It ain't about you. It's to reach that person right there. That person gonna be the one to
Absolutely,
benefit
absolutely.
of
For
what you
sure.
got. You know what I'm saying?
Keep doing the work, brother. Keep doing the work. Don't give up on it. Keep doing the work. I'm telling you, listen to me when I tell you this. If you don't see me on live, if you don't see me on my podcast, every day that my feet hit this flow
Mhm.
and this ground before I lay down, I touch God's people and I let them know throughout this whole day how I operate.
Mhm.
And I walk in the likeness of God, and I don't do it in shame. I don't care if you seen me yesterday. I don't care what I told you yesterday. I'm telling you, God keep me covered. And I have to walk like that with him. You see what I'm saying? So if I can't give you light, I don't want to be there. I don't want
Mm.
to be there. I don't want to be there.
Y'all, we want to welcome Tiffany to the stage.
Miss
Hi,
Tiffany.
Tiffany. How are
How you
you?
doing, Tiffany?
Hey,
And life ain't
Awesome.
life. I want to give you some claps too. I brought you in. I don't want you to say he clap for me.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm
All
just
is
joking.
well.
It's just
Yes,
a joke, you know. What I'm
sir.
saying?
All is well. Thank you. I appreciate you, Robert. How you doing, Miss Tiffany? Nice to meet you.
I am wonderful, Harry. First of all, congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
When you gave the title, I was like, oh, the title alone is a whole word. So,
Yeah.
um, I definitely want to make sure that I support you. So I'm going to keep that on the back end, looking for that. You said it's coming out tomorrow or the 8th? You said the 8th.
The pre-release released September 8th. The actual book itself, November 1st.
Okay,
I'll be in Atlanta as well. Do you live in Atlanta?
I do. Yes.
Okay, I'll be in Atlanta as well. I told Robert when I get up into Atlanta, I'm gonna call him. So I've been in Atlanta as well, promoting it and doing what I do. So I would love to get up with you guys.
Yes,
And I've
absolutely.
been
I would
trying. I've been
definitely.
trying to get Tiffany to write her book of poems. I don't. Have you started your book yet, on Tiffany? You know, you knew I was going. You knew I was going to
Yep.
ask you. Now I know you know
He is not gonna let you
it.
get
I
away.
mean, I have I have a collection.
I know.
And there's a young lady that I definitely want to partner with. We kind of fell behind on it because she is an awesome um artist where she draws. The young lady is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
so and what I wanted to do is partner with her where my poetry and her art combined together. So when she so I told her, I was like, how you picture my poetry, you draw, and
Mhm.
then we can combine it together. So, and we fell behind on it. So I can't tell you when, where, or whatnot, but
It's
I
okay.
I
It's
just know
okay
it's
to
gonna be in
fall
God's
behind.
timing. It's always gonna be in
Yes,
God's
sir.
time. It can't be in my
Yep.
time. Every time it's in my time, and I mess it up. So it got to be in
I
God's timing.
understand that. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah.
do. I get you so
I
much
have
on that.
learned to take my hands off of it and activate that faith and let God work, because once he work, he come and show up and show out, and them
Mhm.
blessings is far more than what I've even asked for. So
I almost
Absolutely.
took our run and started shout, preacher, evangelist, go.
I get
but
that.
let me ask y'all something though. Let me ask y'all something. How do you know when it's God's time? How would you know? Is this? I mean,
I
cause
tell you.
I sometimes when it comes to me putting out music, I feel the same way. Like, why am I procrastinating? Maybe God
because
just
when
telling me not
everybody
now.
say
Or
no and God
Mhm.
say yes, they
Yep.
can no longer say no. It just
Right.
happens and it
It
falls into
does.
place, and there is no let's negotiate. There is no
Mhm.
well, we can't do this. It's
Mhm.
all okay, we finna make this happen. This is how it's going to happen, because when he sets it into place, he's going to put it on everybody's heart how it's supposed to fall in place, whether they understand it or not.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
So
And
it's
also
just gonna fall
too,
in that for you.
right. And also too, if you feeling like it's stressful and there's a lot of pressure, and then you'll put out something that's not your best. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So when you have that space where you can really hear from God, your material, then you don't. It's not based on when people ready for you. It's when God is ready for you. So
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna have to
yeah.
agree 100% because before my first book came out, I wrote that book 3 times. So
Mm,
that book had been wrote 3 times, never released. One year I wrote it. I think I was telling you guys in the last interview, I wrote that book and I set that book in there. God told me, He said, "You don't release that book, I'm gonna give it to somebody else." And here I go, because I'm a flesh. Okay, I'm gonna release it. I'm listening to him, but I still think he playing with me. I did not release
mm,
that book, guys. I see a book about 6 months later. Michael Vick come out with the book called Fearless, the same title, and
mm,
it told me up. If
mm,
God give you something in your belly, trust He
mhm.
is gonna bless it. Because if
Right.
Hmm.
you do not stand on it and you don't act on it, when He tell you to move, He give you an unction. You know it, not
Mhm.
nobody else. He unctions you when it's
Right.
time. When He give you that unction, if you do not move it, He is gonna take it from you, and it will be quite some time before you get it again. And let me tell
Right.
you how you could control fear. You do it anyway
That's
when you
Yeah.
right.
don't feel like it. when
Right.
somebody's talking, and stop talking to doubters and naysayers. I don't care if they name mama, sister, brother, cousin, co-worker.
Mm.
Stop talking
That's
to
right.
them.
Come
Say it
on now.
again.
Stop
Say
Come
it
on
talking
again
now.
with
to them.
capital letters.
Yes, sir. You gotta stop talking to them, because everybody don't want to see you in that space, baby.
Absolutely.
They
For
can't handle you
sure.
there because they benefit you in the old space. They benefit
Mhm.
better over there than here. Over here, change
Mhm.
has to come. And you
Mhm.
don't
Mhm.
be scared to position yourself. Because when
Right.
change come, either they going to come with it or God going to put them where they supposed to be anyway. Because he'll shake them right up off you. You ain't got to shake them. He'll shake
You
them.
sure? Yes, he will.
That's
He'll
right.
shake
Yes,
them
he
right up
will.
off you.
And see, the thing about my
Absolutely.
poetry, so a lot of my poetry is was written in my trauma.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
And it was written when I was drunk, when I was
Okay.
broken,
All right.
when I was depressed, when I couldn't function. Um and I am coming up on 3 years sober.
Mm.
Mm.
Amen.
Congratulations.
So thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. So my entire mindset is different. um the clarity is different, and so and I have learned how to sit still until
Mm-hmm.
God gives me the time frame to
Amen.
move, until it's time for me to move. And um and so and when I realized that it's not going any further, is because God said no, not yet.
Amen.
Mm. That's
So
Mm.
right.
and I had to learn how to listen to him and obey.
Mhm.
That was the one thing that I was very hard headed,
Mm.
very, very hard headed. And so that word obey, I have to learn how to bring that into my life. Um and interesting enough, so Sister Jimmy,
Okay.
so what you had said earlier, and when I was listening to you, what I was hearing was um infliction from spiritual warfare. So that's why I was like, okay, um, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's for everyone,
Mhm.
because some of the, kindest and sweetest people have ailments.
Mhm.
Um, so check this. When I was out doing God knows what with God knows who, and this,
Mhm.
that, and the third, and just out, getting it, rolling, getting it, whatever. I was one of the healthiest people out there.
Mhm.
But as soon as I said, okay, I ain't never going back because God delivered me.
Mhm.
And this is after the pandemic, I have
Okay.
been dealing with heart disease.
Okay.
Um, and the but what I've gotten from it is it ain't gonna kill me unless God say so. But it's him shedding the darkness from my heart. And there's coming of the lightness. So
Mhm.
it can cause pain and ailments. So what I was hearing you say, to me, it was spiritual. And then
Yes.
others, I'm so sorry, I don't remember your name. Um, kind of
Life.
confirmed
Life.
it.
Yes.
She
Okay.
confirmed it. So that's why I was like, okay, what I'm hearing is a little bit different from natural ailments. What
Mhm.
I'm hearing is spiritually,
Yes. Yeah,
so
and then you're absolutely right. Because I'll say this really quick. When I would say when I got to a point where I was born again, it seemed like everything came at me. I had
mhm,
all kind of stuff. I look up, hair fell out. I had fibroids. I'm like, why is this happening like overnight? And it was almost like a spiritual setup
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
to like, okay, so you're a believer now. I'm coming, I'm coming after you. And then God is like, where's your faith? You
mhm,
believe in me, right? So you trust me to get you through these things. And then of
Mm,
course the devil, he's coming for you. Oh,
mm,
you
mm,
going to
mm.
God now? I'm gonna try to get you discouraged because you're going through all these things in your health. So
Mm.
you're right. It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
It's all connected, and
Yeah, because
so
why would he come for you if you was already for him?
right.
So he ain't got no reason to bother you when you already with him. But the
Right.
minute that you turned away and you was like, no, babe, I'm for the Lord now.
Right.
So now he got to try to pull you back in. He's gonna come at
Mhm.
you where he feels like it's your weakness. But one thing that I learned in that process is that he can't come at you if God don't allow it, right?
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
and if God is allowing it, that because God has already given you the tools to
Yes.
fight against him, you know,
Right.
and all it takes is just one word, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
that's all it takes. All it takes.
Amen.
He has to flee upon the name Jesus. And
Amen.
so is this when I realized that I have the power because God has given me the
Mm-hmm.
power
Yes.
to withstand everything that's going to come against me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to come against me, whether it is, spirit, whether it's in your dreams or
Mhm.
while you're awake or with
Yes.
your children, with your marriages, with your relationships, with any and everybody. God has given me the power to withstand.
Mhm.
So,
And that's a testimony of his keeping you um and restoring you, which is the greater glory, because we go through things in a way that the average person, if they don't have that faith in God and that relationship with God, they will be like, how are you going through and getting through that? You
hmm
see people who have lost children. It's like, how did you get through that? Like, how are you still standing and not balled up in a corner somewhere? So it's a testament to God's grace on your life.
yes,
Amen.
amen, amen.
Amen.
And
And
I celebrate all these testimonies. I
Mhm.
love it. Sister with her book coming out about her life, I celebrate that. I just love to hear when people overcome and know and understand that at the end of the day, we're here in flesh, but this life is all spiritual. It's
Mhm.
all
absolutely.
spiritual because once you
Absolutely.
learn that, then you can actually have heaven on earth. And it don't mean that
Mhm.
life ain't gonna be life because life still gonna be
Right.
life. But now you know how to, now you know how to fight.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I was just telling what you
Absolutely.
just said. I was telling someone that about a week ago. I said we can't run from the issues, the problems, because we live in a fallen world. But
hmm
when we have God, we can get through those things because it is all spiritual. This flesh is just what it is. When we pass away, that doesn't stop. It just goes to another realm that we ain't ready to go to yet. That those that are still here. So while we're
hmm
here, we might as well learn how to stop being in our flesh and how we thinking about our problems and say, hey God, you got me. And what did you say that I can get from you? The power that you gave me to get through
Amen.
these things. So
Amen.
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 yes.
Amen. I want to share something with you guys that I practice and I operate in daily, and it come from a place, but it come from a place that I had to get it and dig for it too. But when I'm going through and I don't care what's happening, and sometimes some stuff can shake you and some of it can't. But in the midst of something happening, right there in that moment is when you have the power to transition it. Your
Mm,
power does not come after that, okay? How you get your power is in the moment of it, okay? So you know how you would respond normally. You know what would happen normally. You know yourself. Ain't nobody got to tell you that, right? And then you already know where you're going. You already know what you've been asking the Lord for. You know what you're trying to do. So we have to make a conscious decision when it's happening to right there interject the change. Right there. Don't wait. Don't talk about it. Don't apply it later. Don't say what shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right there, when your children acting up, interject the correction right there.
mhm.
hmm
When it's your husband, correct it right there. Interject it right there. It's your wife, interject it right there. Because if we don't face these things, until we face them, they're gonna always hunt us.
Mm.
They're gonna always hunt us. They're gonna come back and meet us with different people, different times, and different situations. And then we're going to call it trauma and bondage when all we doing is carrying that mess because we won't leave it alone and let it go and internalize what it is that we're trying to seek for ourselves. This is an eternal self thing. This ain't got nothing to do with your mama, your daddy, your sister, your
Right.
brother. This your own walk.
Yep.
So in order for the change to come, you got to examine thyself.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
You can't look at everything else. So when it happens in the middle and I'm at work and I'm dealing with corporate America guys, sometimes I be want to say nigga, I be want to say stuff. I be want to say y'all don't even know I'm from the street for real. I don't even belong in here. You feel me? I be
Mm-hmm.
want to get straight A-town on them folk, but I don't. I be acting like a straight Floridian to stock out the water. You feel me? Because guess what I have to do? If I don't do that, and if I
Right.
subject myself to this flesh,
Mm.
then I'm gonna get this fleshly consequence. But
Mm-hmm.
if I stay
Right.
aligned in the spirit, because I got a mission, and it's
Right.
bigger than the spirit in front of me. Don't look what's in front of you and think it's a person. You dealing with a
Right.
spirit.
Right.
You at war with that
Yes.
spirit. You ain't at war
Exactly.
with that
Girl,
person.
Yep.
what?
It's that
You at
scripture.
war
We
with
wrestle
this
not against flesh and
spirit.
blood.
This is
Right.
not against flesh and
That's
blood
right.
right here.
Right.
See,
Spiritual
so
wickedness.
when I tell them it's bigger than them, they still be talking about themselves. When I tell them
Mm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
bigger than me, they
Mm.
still be thinking I'm talking about myself. I be getting
Come
ready to
on
tell
now.
that John,
Preach,
that
girl.
John don't talk
Preach.
about. That
Come
John don't
on.
talk about. That is bigger than them. They don't even see it. They
Come
don't
on
even see
now.
it. You can't align somebody up with what they can't see. Stop
Exactly.
trying to
Mm-hmm.
force glasses on folk. You got the glasses. He gave them to you. You can't take them off. You got the vision. Only thing
Right.
you got to do
Right.
is make it clear. Make it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
plain.
Come on
Make
now.
it clear and make it plain. When you follow in obedience, everything coming behind you attached to the veil, it will follow just like it.
That's that
Mm-hmm.
obey. That's that
You
obey. We ain't talking about seasoning neither.
period. Period. When you follow like that, so every time something happened and everything come out the cranks, I don't care if you just made me cuss you out. I still come back and say, you know what, that was out of line. I let you
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
get me out of character.
That's
I
right.
let you get me out of character. I'm gonna apologize for that. But
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
this is what we gonna do here. And then when you deal with that spirit again, because it ain't a person, when you deal with that
Right.
spirit again, they don't get to
Mm.
do that no more. I
Mm.
ain't falling to your narcissism.
Mm.
You don't get to
Mm.
tell me what you want to tell me about me and make
Wow.
it your way. You can't
Mm-hmm.
make
Mm.
me feel how you want me to feel because you all toe up yourself. The war is with the person themselves, it's not with you. They at
Right.
war with themselves and go right
Mm-hmm.
back to the internal. They
Mm-hmm.
internalizing the war, and what they spewing out is that behavior because they don't know how to direct and detoxify those emotions that they're
Right.
dealing with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's bigger than that. And this is what gets us sick, mama. This is why this spiritual world and this physical world meets line and line. This is what gets us sick. When you don't know how to detoxify on the
Right.
spiritual side in the bondage, now
Mm-hmm.
your body is responding to that frequency. And
Yep.
now you're aligned up with foolishness.
Come
You're
Yep.
on now.
sick. Your body's sick. Your mind's sick.
Mm.
Everything around you sick. You go to
Yep.
work, it's a mess at work. It's a mess at
Mm-hmm.
home. It's a mess in your car. When you wake up, you're waking up the clothes and shoes in your bed. You trying to figure out why your house ain't clean, why you can't
Mm.
clean that clutter, because you're spiritually in bondage.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritually
Mm.
in
Come on
bondage.
now. Come on now.
In order to get out
Wow.
that spiritual bondage, you got to clear your physical, baby. They all work hand in hand. Get
That's
your life
right.
in order. Align yourself with
Mm-hmm.
yourself and with the higher calling, what he's telling you to do.
Right. And
While
don't
we are
run from it because
disobedient,
we
don't
run
run from it.
from it.
That's why we disobedient, because we don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I ran on 1,000 for 20 years. I ain't lying.
Mm. Mm.
He
Mm.
gave me my gift when I was 7 years old. I ran since I was 7. I went to the Lord on my own at 18. And I said, Lord, I'm out here selling drugs to pregnant women. I'm watching pregnant women having babies on my mama's bed. This is my own testimony I'm telling y'all. I'm selling drugs to people I know, to my family members. You
Mm.
understand me? Crack cocaine, whatever told my dollar, I got that money by any means necessary. But
Mm-hmm.
God convicted my spirit with that. He said, you're going
Mm.
to get yourself together. You're
Mm.
going to be the change that they want to see.
Yes. Yes, Lord.
I was a drug dealer.
Yes,
I was
Father.
a hustler. That don't mean nothing bad about me. I fought my way on my way. But even on my way, God kept me.
Mm.
He
Yes.
kept me. Every time I got stopped by the police, I had dope, filthy bricks, I'm talking about bombs of dope on me. He let me swallow, stuff, and throw away everything.
Mm.
Mm.
And by the time they got to me, it was gone. I don't know how. I went through 3 roadblocks. I rode through them like I'm talking about straight through them. You hear me? 3
Mm.
roadblocks. This ain't no bull crap. I'm telling y'all, God will keep you in your mess.
Yes, He will.
He will keep
Yep.
you in your mess. If he know that when you get to the end of that mess, you're gonna tell the people how you made it.
Mm.
Yes, He will.
Mhm.
Yes,
He
He
just he
will.
just want the glory. He just want the
That's
glory.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
He will.
That's
Yes, He
right.
will. Because
The going
I'm
through the
telling
hell
you,
part
yes.
is your fault. The going through the
Right.
hell part was my fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
Yes,
Because you
He
see,
could have
me,
will.
died in it, but he
I could
kept
have
you.
died. Man, come on, man. He kept me, man. I was 16 years old, jumping in
Mm.
creeks. I'm talking about sucking out of straws in creeks, dodging bullets at 16 years old. You
Mm.
hear me? I'm talking about
Mm.
rolling up on the cars, running from the robbing crew and the police, man, at 16.
Mm.
Mhm.
At
Wow, what a
16 years
testimony.
old.
Mm.
So can't nobody tell your story better than you.
Right.
Yes.
Mm.
God gave us a
Mm.
path for all us to walk on. We have to walk in it in the true and living light. And I tell my own people that's around me, the story I tell is not for glorification. The story I tell is to show you that God is real. Because if he
Mm.
can take a little old person like me, a little old person like me, and I'm talking about a little old person like me, I was angry. I was bitter. I was mad. I was upset at the world. I had a bad childhood. I got a million reasons to be angry, but he restored.
Mm.
He
Mm.
reminded me of why he made me. It wasn't because of none of that. It was because when I got finished with all that, and he brought me through that mucky and that miry clay, that
Mm.
he brought me out on top. And then when he dusted me off, and when no more dust on me, I was gold. You hear me? I'm talking
Mm.
about standing there like a gold statue. Because if you ask the person who told you something that you don't even know about me, they would have said, "Oh, I killed her a long time ago." But the God I serve, the
Mm.
God I serve,
Girl, I hope I ain't got to pay you for this sermon.
the God I serve. I would tell you this: take up on your mantle, Robert. Take up on your
Mm.
mantle, man. I don't
Mhm.
care who you knew yesterday. I don't care who
Mhm.
you played with as kids. I don't care
Mhm.
who you went to school with. I don't care what
Mhm.
they called you yesterday, Robert. They getting ready to give you a new name, brother. And I don't know what God gave, what name he gave you, but it ain't Robert. But it
Mhm.
ain't Robert. You keep doing the work. Keep sending
Mhm.
footprints. Somebody on
Amen.
the other side needs you.
Mhm.
I get up every day and I do what I do, and I tell my coworkers all the time. They said, "Life, when I ain't at when I call off work, they be like, we miss you so much." I don't need call off for no reason. I can have a half a day to handle some business. They think something going on. I be like,
Mm.
it's all right. I be like, I'm all right. But I rather that than anything else. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
I rather that than anything else. Guys, do it in the motion, and you will see better results. And
Mm-hmm.
do it when it's happening.
Mm.
Call it out when you see it. Speak on it. Tell your truth. The more that you come out your mouth with it, the better you feel. And the people that are around you gonna have to subject themselves to it, or they're
That's
gonna go
right.
away. They're
That's
gonna
Yes.
go
right.
away. You ain't gotta
That's
worry about it.
right.
They're gonna walk away anyway. They're gonna leave you
Mhm.
alone anyway. I ain't going over there where they at, because they be doing this and they be doing that. Absolutely. You gotta deal with your mess over here. Don't come drop your trash in my trash can. Because when you
Mm.
lift the lid that you see my own in there, I got my own.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Mm.
my
Mm-hmm.
own. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need your trash. Now keep your mess in your house.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
So that way, when we all dealing and we in congregation with each other, no matter, because we all go through different walks of life, I'm able to give
Right.
you a little bit. You able to give me a little bit. We all can lead with something instead of
Mhm.
feeling heavy or getting together gossiping about Susie. Y'all go
Right.
figure out. Y'all go get
Right.
that money together. Help Susie feed those kids. Why you over
Mhm.
there talking about her can't feed them kids and defects finna come get her kids and you downstairs from her? Why you ain't feeding her and those kids?
Right.
What's the
Mm-hmm.
problem?
Right. Yep.
What's the
That's so
problem?
true. That is so true.
When we lend a hand, and then we say, "Oh, I'm finna go help you," but then you go curse the person with the same lip. How
Mm.
we do that? How we do that?
Yeah.
We got to do
Mm.
better. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to do better. We got to do better, man. We got
And
to do
another thing
better.
too, I'm like loving all of this because it's energizing me. I think about people that, like, when you're talking about when people hurt you and they're dealing with spirits, that's why
Yeah,
we pray for them and forgive
yeah,
them,
yeah,
because they don't even realize what they're doing a
yeah.
lot of times. They
Absolutely,
may somewhat
absolutely.
know, but they really don't know how they're being used,
They
because
don't.
the spirits that are coming for you are in
Yeah,
them. So they need to
absolutely,
be prayed for, and that's
absolutely,
where forgiveness
absolutely.
comes into play. And it keeps us from being mad at people, because when you think it's the people, then you're mad, you're bitter, you're angry, then you have unforgiveness, and all of
Mm,
those different emotions attack your body if it's ongoing for years. So you have to
absolutely.
give them, take the spirit part and pull it out and say, you know what, they dealing with some demons. I'm gonna pray for them. And then
Mm,
you on your own, you fight those demons and say, hey, get behind me. You ain't coming for me. I see you. I know your game. And that's how you stay on top, because
that's how
it's
you
gonna
do it.
keep coming.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not gonna go away. It's gonna keep coming till we leave.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's where we can divide that whole flesh and blood thing in the spirit, because we be mad at people, but people are dealing with demons,
They are.
and
They
and
are.
we all have our demons we deal with. So we have to pray for them, forgive, so we're not mad at them, have compassion towards them, and that releases us so we can deal with the demons in our life, because we can get
Mm-hmm.
prideful. We can
Absolutely,
think
very
it's, what I'm
prideful.
saying? We can think it's everybody else but us, and
Mm-hmm.
we have to sort it all out. And like you said, examine yourself, because when you
Examine
examine
yourself.
yourself, you can deal with you, and then God can
Mm-hmm.
use you, because you're not sitting up like you above people. You know what I'm saying? You can deal with yourself and then be
Yep.
there for people. And the people that don't want to align and want to hold on to their demons, bye. They can go.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree,
Yep.
100%. A hundred
Yep.
percent. Mm. Yeah, you said something. Then you can't fight with people demons. For me though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gotten so good with this thing, and God have graced me so much that it like roll off my back. I almost
Mm.
don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm almost like the only thing I can do is pray that He set you
Mm-hmm.
free. Because if you could
Mm-hmm.
experience what I experienced, you wouldn't behave like that.
Mm.
You wouldn't behave like that. If you knew what I knew, then you'll get it together. But I
Mm.
can't tell you that because nobody could tell me. Life taught me that.
Right. Right.
Life was my best teacher. And some of us have to get it that way.
Right.
Yeah, some of us have to get it that way.
All right,
But
life. We go. Go ahead. Me cut you. Go ahead.
no,
If you
that
close
was
it.
you go ahead. You guys were talking. I'm good.
Oh, I thought you had you went finished.
Oh
I
no,
want.
no,
I
go
can I
ahead.
can listen to her all
Oh
night.
yeah, of
All night.
course.
I
Go
sure
ahead. You guys
could.
go ahead. I thought Jimmy was saying something.
I'm a
Mm.
thing. We need some Zen music to play now. Though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, but,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no
Yes.
problem, Robert. You guys, you hit it on point. I told you, God had to speak to your heart on that one. I tell you, because it's definitely a place of right now for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
this whole conversation, I'm living it right now. So, like literally, I'm living it and practicing everything I just told y'all right now. So,
Mm.
yeah, everything He got me doing, He had me doing it in the present moment. Nothing is in the past. Everything is
Mm.
visual in the present moment. And I'm so woke and can see it. It's crazy. Like He
Mm.
has me so alert that you guys coming, even though I didn't expect it. I know why. I know
Mm.
why.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely a blessing. Because I feel super blessed after this.
You
So
guys are
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
too.
yeah,
highly
yeah.
energized, and
Yes.
so I
Yes.
appreciate you. I
So
do.
I'm gonna run through a couple of questions I want y'all to answer. They're just random questions. It's
Okay.
like trivia type stuff. I just want to know what on people's mind. You know what they're thinking. If you could have a deep conversation with any historical figure or famous person, who would it be?
Mm.
Dr. Cornell West.
Hmm.
It would be Dr. Cornell West for me.
Cornel West. He's still in the presidential race?
No,
He's not. He's not in.
I don't think he is. I gotta go look. I don't know. I don't think he may be. Yeah, I gotta go check it out. But Dr. Cornel West is for me. If in the present moment, but if I could go back, it'd be Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, it can be any point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tiff over there
And
thinking
if
hard.
anybody, yeah.
I
Thinking
am.
hard.
Because this
That
is
mean,
a
that
good.
means that means she read good if she got a lot of philosophers in her head. That's what that means.
I do. I really do. And I know because I'm really thinking about 'cause so Madam CJ Walker,
Yes, yes.
because I want to understand her business plan in the plight of of the time frame where because her riches were on, I guess I'm gonna say, on the backs of Black people,
It
only
were
because of the products were designed for our hair. But at that time frame, who was her who was her
mentor.
who were her buyers? You know what I mean? Because let's think about how many Black millionaires were there at that time. So I want to understand that business plan.
Okay.
And but then there's another, I can't even think of her name right now, but the first Black woman that had a Black bank in New York. Um, that's another one. I definitely want to,
You know,
in
Tiffany, you know who I thought you were gonna say? I thought you were gonna say Maya Angelou.
Yeah, he whispered
I
that in
know
my
you
ear.
were. I know you were.
I just want to say, like, shouts out to your thought process about CJ Walker, Madam CJ Walker,
Mm.
because that is really valuable right there to have that structure, which that twist to it, that make a lot of sense. We was broke as I don't know what. Who in the hell made you a millionaire? Now, if
Yes.
Mm.
yeah, and then not only that, this is not only that. Think about this. Some of us was kind of, I guess, in the poverty state, but we had a lot of rich Black people, and that what entails us to know more about our history and what our money really rooted from. Because to make her a millionaire in those times,
Hmm.
white people didn't do that.
And
Okay.
because it wasn't a while, I could understand her investments because it had her investments, came after she started making her millions. But who bought her up? Like how? What
Mm.
did they, how did they come across this money? Was it only to the Black elites?
Mm.
Was it a different market? Like, what was your branding? That I want to just, that's, to me, that's one of the things that I want to understand because it's so funny that you brought up this question because I'd be thinking about, dang, had I been, back at that time, I probably would have been, lynched for riots and carrying on and and I'm just trying to understand. Like, listen, the masses, it was 5 of them on the field and 100 of y'all. Ain't nobody thought about setting the house on fire. Everybody was asleep. So
Yeah, but you
it's
gotta understand the minds. It's the mindset that was different.
yes,
They
yes,
was in bondage
exactly.
mentally. They were not just in bondage physically. They was in bondage mentally. You
Yes.
know, because
And
you
Which is
know they say
another form of
yeah.
spiritual bondage. So even
Yep.
thinking, so we talk about,
that correlates, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
yes, we talk about childhood trauma, you know, but understand that it's all been spiritual
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
the mind does not rest. The mind
Right.
doesn't rest because you can sleep for hours. You can go to bed early, and then you wake up, and it seems like you just been in a fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So even then, that was all part of spiritual warfare. And nothing's new under the sun. I'm sorry, I'm getting all off your topic,
No,
but
Can
we good.
Okay, the next question is, what mystery or phenomenon would you love to solve or understand? Like
Ooh.
what happened? What kind of mystery that I wish I knew that, like the answer to that one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Can it be in or out the Bible, or is just something in
It
life,
could
or
be
what?
it could
Yeah,
be anything that
whatever.
ever happened. You know, like you want to know what really happened. Is that
Um,
true? Is you know?
in the book of the Bible, I have a way of that I think about things, because I understand that the Bible is written, and I understand there are different walks of life and prophets and people like myself, right? I get that part. Everybody have their own opinion about it. But my question with that is, I wonder who slept with Mary and had Jesus. Because in my head, I'm just speaking about in my head, Mary had to be a black woman. Because internalize this, like seriously, in the Native American culture and where they're from and where they derive from, and that's black people, right?
Mhm.
In the indigenous people, there was a myth about women impregnating themselves, taking a pineal gland and impregnating themselves. This is true stuff now that I've read myself, right? So this is what's crazy to me after I read the Bible and the structure, and then going into the Greek God and all that too, is it kind of correlates if you pay attention. But I don't know what happened that night Mary got pregnant, because Jesus wasn't born in no manger. And all that stuff y'all saying about this and about that. That's why I tell about Christmas. Jesus and Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Jesus, and neither do
Right.
Easter. Neither do
Right.
mhm,
Easter, because Easter is Esther, which is a bunny that got nothing to do with
Right.
Jesus
I'm
rising
with
in
you.
no tombstone. And if you go back to the Bible, when they went back on the third day, he wasn't in the tomb.
Right.
So
mhm,
how did he? Well, you don't know when he left or if he was ever there.
Right.
So that's the mystery I want to know. If
mhm.
Okay.
he if he's Mary's son, and God, then the spirit did come and impregnate her, because that's what you said, because God is not of human form. God and Jesus are
Right.
separate entities.
Right.
So if
Mm.
you're telling me this, I don't know who impregnated her. By the time he gets to the manger, everybody know he's born. You mean to tell me you're gonna crucify him on a cross? And you're gonna nail him to the cross knowing that he's the son of God?
Mm.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. I ain't going for that story. And the Bible says he was a man of tan skin and woolly hair. He ain't white. And he don't got
Mhm.
no blonde hair. And he ain't really
Right.
no image for real. Like seriously. So that's
Mhm.
my real issue. That's the mystery that I have. The mystery for me is, if it wasn't an apple with Eve, then what was it? Then if
Mm.
she was the rib out of his side, how did he formulate that out of dust? Do that make any sense to you? No.
Yes, it
So it's
does.
it don't
Oh,
make none to
sister.
me.
No,
It don't
no,
make
no,
none
no,
to
no, no,
me.
no, 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 no. I'm saying what makes sense to me is what you're saying, and the
Yeah,
reason that it makes sense to me what you're saying is because is because they're telling us that Adam and Eve were the first people, right? That's what they're telling us. But if it is a sin for there to be incest, then we all can't be from Adam and Eve.
period.
Right.
Because
We
then
can
you're
have a
making
show
God
about that.
contradictory.
Period.
Right.
Period. And
The
period.
Yeah.
things we
When they
want to know.
So that's
seriously,
what I'm saying. No, what you
No,
saying to
I'm
me
with
makes
you.
sense.
Mhm.
yeah, because in my this is just in my head. So seriously, I just always I've read it, and I've read all religion. I've not practiced them. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. So I'm not a
Yep.
Christian. I left the church a long time ago, and I love
Mm-hmm.
my pastor. I love my pastor. She's still my pastor. And guess what? We still go up under the veil together on that phone. We still go under together. But I don't attend the church unless I'm in Atlanta and I show up. But I left the church a long time ago, because my walk went in the church. I didn't get it in the church. I didn't get it from the pastors. I didn't get it from nobody touching me. I got mine up under the counsel of God, directly from him. I couldn't understand the process of man. So I had to sit up under him. And when I sat up under him, this is what my feed, this came back off my feed now. This came back off my download, guys. And I said, okay, so I'm not questioning the Bible. I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning man. Don't tell
Right.
me anything. I ask God, I want to
Mhm.
walk in his true likeness and I want to walk like him. I don't
Right.
want to pretend. I don't want to put a title over my head or none of that. I want to walk in the spirit form of how he made me. Because even when this body leaves here, it returns back to dust. But the spirit lives forever. So if I keep
Mm-hmm.
my spirit intact, the rest will follow.
Mhm.
Amen.
The
Come
rest
on
follow.
now.
Amen.
The book of Genesis opened up saying, I made man in my image. You look different. I look different. He looked different. She looked different. It had nothing to do with looks, baby. He was speaking in spirit, in the
That's
Yep.
right.
footprint.
Come
He
on
was
now.
speaking in the footprint. He
Come on
said, I
now.
gave you my image. I put my branding on you. Don't get out here embarrassing me.
Come on now.
Mm.
Girl. Like I said, I could listen to you all night. Like
Okay.
Listen, let me
you
tell
I'm just
you,
preaching.
saying.
let me tell you, it's your
We're gonna
relationship
we're
with
gonna we're gonna
Christ
invite
is
her over. If she come to
evident.
Atlanta, we're
It's
gonna
so
invite her over and pick her
evident.
head, pick her
Yeah.
brain.
I went under the veil, Miss Tiffany. I went under the veil with him.
I can understand it.
I went
I
under the veil
understand
because
it.
I said I had tried I can try with man, and I ain't talking about a penis because I don't do penis. I said man, that's human, man, children,
Mm-hmm.
that's dogs, that's everything. I done tried all I can try on this earth. God stripped me naked. He took everything from me, my money, everything. He took everything from me. He left me standing there in the wilderness. I stayed in the wilderness until I understood how to get out.
Amen.
I kept looking around for help. It ain't around you, baby. I kept going knocking on this door, knocking on this door. Didn't no door open, Robert. The first book tell you didn't nobody open their door. The second book tell you when God opened the floodgates and began to pour.
Mm.
Mm.
Cause he gonna tell you your help don't come from man.
Mm.
Right.
It come from him. So I'm gonna say again, lean in on that eternal thing. Lean in
Mm.
on it a little bit more this year. Lean in some more these last couple 4 months. Put the
Mm.
pressure on. Cut that phone off. Stop taking them calls. When you look at that phone and Keisha calling and you know Keisha talking crazy, don't answer for Keisha.
Mm.
It's all right. Cause Keisha gonna be all right till you come from up under this veil.
Girl, get out of my life. What did you talk about, girl? Yeah.
She gonna be all right. Everybody had to
Girl,
learn to
was you
stand
watching me,
still.
girl?
Yeah, they had to learn to stand still till I came from up under that veil. And this is the product of coming
Yes.
from up under the veil. When they look at me crazy, get what I tell them? I don't care what you think. You cannot like me. You cannot talk to me tomorrow. Cause God gonna keep me, baby.
That's right.
He gonna keep me. My
Man.
destiny ain't attached to no man.
Mm.
It
Mm.
ain't attached to you. So whether you come and go, I'm still gonna go.
That's right.
You can buy my book or not. The person who is meant for still gonna read it.
That's right.
Mm.
Amen. Come
It don't
on.
matter. It don't matter. So I
Right.
say to you guys, if I question anything, I question the beginning. If he made us in his image, he gave us this footprint, and man came with his fleshly body trying to divide us from the Jews to the Gentiles, from the Christians to the Palestinians. You got the Pentecostal church, you got the Baptist church, you got the Holiness church, you got the Jehovah Witness. I don't care what you call them. You can call them Yahshua. I don't care what you call them. Call them something. Call him something. He don't have a name because he said, I made man in my image.
Mm.
He made it in how many days, guys, and he rested. You can call the 7th day what you want to call it. You can call it Saturday or Sunday, but you better call it something and give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me no different what you call it, but find something. But we can't bang our existence off saying Eve ate the apple and we got a cycle when our cycle is off a moon. Your cycle turn when the moon come. If you got a full moon and it's a red moon and your cycle come on the 28th, should come in on the 21st. Ask any woman. The cycle comes with the moon of the cycle. It has nothing to do with a red apple.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the spiritual connection speaks about vibrations.
Mm.
Our DNA is a genetic code. Look at your DNA and your genetic code. That's your spiritual footprint. You will see God in your code. If you think I'm just telling you that, go look at your genetic code, and that's where you're gonna see your footprint.
She ain't lying.
That's where you're gonna see it at.
She
Everyone
ain't
has their
lying.
own unique genetic code, and that's the footprint. That's what he gave us. That's just it. The black people are the people of the sun. We are the spiritual people. We was here first. We
Mm-hmm.
birthed those white women.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yep.
birthed them. We're their mothers.
Yep.
Let them not forget that.
Yep. That's true.
We're their
I
mothers.
understand that. I
Let
understand
them
that.
not forget that. Cleopatra was not a white woman. The kings and queens of all the nations was black.
Yep.
And white men didn't just get us and slave us off. We sold each other.
Exactly. Yep.
That's
I
what
understand
happened.
that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What we doing now? Trump paying for my gas. Trump gave me $10 5 years ago during COVID that Obama signed the deal on. And he came and gave you the check, and you dummies is still holding on to that. So you can Trump it all day, but you ain't selling me to the white man.
Mm.
Because that's what they're
Mm.
doing, selling
Mm.
us to the white man.
Girl, what? Mm.
Mm.
Mm. That-
Tiffany, you want to answer that question?
Listen, I'm not gonna follow up behind that because she has
Look.
laid it out. It's out there. It's on the mat. Everybody need to jump on the train because she ain't lying. I ain't following up behind that. I'm co-signing it. Mm-mm.
I have been wanting to talk to somebody about this conversation. God made no mistakes about how he let this thing arise, Robert. You are a man of God. You hear me? Believe that. I heard you sing like a bird, brother. Trust me. God ain't gave you that. He ain't gave your bloodline what he gave your bloodline. You hear me? That's a gift. Some people go to school, they pray about it, they nurture it, they try to manifest it. One day a decision was made, the next day the world knew about it. You understand? Make a decision, guys. He gave us the gift, we all got it. Make a decision. When you make the decision, he follows. When I made the decision that I was no longer going to play tug of war with the purple rose, he said, if you rewrite this book one more time, leave it alone. That's how you know it's his time. Because
Mm-hmm.
he tells you to leave it alone. He took me
Mm-hmm.
through 3 days of purging. That's how you know he has arose. He's in the house then. He's in the room then. He's in the body then. You got to inhale him. You got to sleep and breathe and eat it. That's the only way. When you feel him and he talk, you going to know it's him. You got to shut out the world because distractions of people is just another soundboard. It's just another soundboard. I don't care what
And
they
you
sound
can't be
like.
afraid to do it.
You
Do
can't.
Right.
not be afraid to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did it for 1.5 years, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. God took me all the way when He brought me to Florida, and He told me to come here. I ain't lying. I packed my house up, put everything in storage. I got everything. I got 3 bedrooms, a furniture, all kind of stuff. I gave it to one of my best friends, guys. I ain't lying. I came here with my clothes, my truck, my 18-wheeler, and I just believed in God. You know what I'm saying? And I went through some stuff. And I went through, my grandma got sick. My grandma left me. I ended up coming back home. And I went through a flare. God shut me down for a whole year. He ain't shut me down for 2 months. He ain't shut me down for 3. He shut me down for a year. Because I didn't go through that flare because I was just grieving, guys. I went through that flare because I was angry. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted revenge. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted revenge. So much had happened in Atlanta with my
Mm.
grandma. I wanted revenge. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted real revenge. I'm talking about I'm ready to take the handcuffs and the bracelets back this. You feel me? But God said, you going to tell me I brought you this far. You going to let them take you back there? That's what I mean when your past come and get you.
Mm.
It will come get you. It know where to get you from because it know your triggers. You hear me? That's why you got to make sure you ready and fully armored up and weaponized before you go in the enemy's camp. You can't be dumb and say, oh, I'm good, I'm this, I'm that. No, 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 no. Be wise like the serpent. A snake
Mm-hmm.
gonna bite you no matter how he can lay with you tomorrow, lay with you the next day, but he's
Mm-hmm.
still a snake. He gonna
That's
always bite
right.
you because that's what he's designed to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what he built to do. But you, as your own self, got to be true in your authentic version and say, I'm not ready. Because I don't want nothing to take me out and put me back where I was. Build yourself up, strengthen
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and then you go to war. Watch your enemies, because your enemy is watching you.
Mm-hmm.
All
The
right,
Bible,
y'all.
yeah, watch it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you finish. I'm finished. What I'm saying.
I'm all good,
We
man.
want you.
I'm telling you, I'm telling.
But we
I
need a
don't need.
recap. We need to follow up. Next
Yes.
Tuesday, we need to follow up.
I don't need.
Because I'm
Yes.
I don't
telling
need.
you, this is
Yes,
the,
it's heavy. It can go all night when you talk about God. It's so
Of
much to
course.
unfold with Him.
Of
It can go
course.
all night.
let me say one of the biggest things for me is was church hurt.
Yes.
And you know, even with a mother who was a minister and a father who was a deacon, and it was church hurt for me
Hmm.
because I couldn't understand how everybody that say they love the Lord and they love others and this and the third could be some of the most mean and hateful
Mm-hmm.
individuals.
I get it.
And God forbid you question the happenings in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not even just from young growing up in the church, but even as I became an adult and going and taking my children and and when you can just turn off the praise when it's time to just shut up and sit down and listen to the pastor. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
well, wait a minute. Because are we saying the spirit is not allowed today?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you question it, and now they try to make you think you crazy and you don't belong. And so now I don't belong in the church because I'm not understanding these practices. So therefore I could not get with um rules and regulations of how I need to be able to serve my God. And I decided to go out and understand in different churches, whether I went to that Hindu temple over there in Lilburn. I went there. Um I went to the Catholic place. I was trying to find myself. I didn't understand what was happening. I was literally
I've
trying
been
to
there.
find because I was lost.
I
And
get
all
you.
I wanted to do was was understand why I was constantly going through some of the most hellish things ever. Constantly. You- One minute I have it all. The next minute is taken away. The next minute my child is shot. The next minute a child is sick. It was just one thing after the another. And it's and I'm losing my mind in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And God said, well, when are you going to seek me? And I was like, in a minute, God. So he said, no, you're going to seek me right now. So he shut me all the way down through a car accident, through a broken hip, and then through heart failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I had nothing else to do but to hear from him and for him to be able to cleanse me and to understand what it really, really meant to just live in the spirit and to have faith and to understand that there is nothing that I can do without him. And all them times that I'm in the streets driving drunk, all in dark roads in Louisiana, because during the time frame we didn't really had no cell phones. So we in dark roads, I'm on back roads and car stop, ain't no payphone in the area. That all them times that he kept me, he was just waiting on me. So I understand what sis is talking about. I understand what she's talking about. And we're the church.
Mm-hmm.
The church is the people. It ain't the
That's right.
building.
That's right.
It's not the building. This moment right here, this is church.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
moment right here. And she is a teacher and she is teaching me in the midst of it.
Mhm.
And I am receiving it. And I thank you for this moment. And I'm just gonna be quiet because I can keep going on and on and on.
Oh no, all
Oh
is
wait, yeah, well,
well.
we like 12 minutes over with the time. I like to get up at 9 because I don't be want to hold
Okay.
people all night. But it's 12 minutes out there, and I really enjoyed what y'all had to say. I
Yes,
want to give
yes.
both of y'all a hand.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
So
Appreciate y'all
brother.
appreciate
coming on.
y'all. Yes.
Like
Yes.
I just it just was spurred a moment. I say, wow, because the topic we had, I say. I think I would love to have life on tonight, and it
Mhm.
was just a spur of the moment, and I just reached out. I wanted to reach out to you earlier this week, but I forgot. But I said that's spur of the moment, and she might not come on. Now. So that's
Absolutely.
good on out there. I just
Brother,
sent
you
it to her
call
in
you
case
called
she
me
want to come on.
and I know you on Tuesday and after 7 o'clock I'm done with anybody else's business. So and I after 7 o'clock that shit out with me. The world don't exist after that. So whatever. You hit me, I'm there. You hear me? You hit
Yeah,
me, I'm there. You let me know you need me and I show up for you, brother. All right. So you hit me anytime, I'm there.
I appreciate you, Tiffany, coming on.
Yes.
Y'all still
No,
do
Yes.
thank you for
Woosah?
having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Y'all
Yes.
still doing Woosah Wednesday? Y'all still doing that?
So we have been doing some woo. So we did it last week. I just wait. I follow Tisha's lead. So whatever she got going on, she let me know. We happening. But she is definitely working on some more woosah stuff. So
Isn't
she is,
that
Okay.
where I
still in her
met you?
element.
Where I met
Yeah,
Okay.
you
you?
met her
That's when I
I'll put my
met
at
you.
Tiffany's
I'll put
event.
my Instagram here and, and
Okay.
and link me to that so I can also support you guys and what y'all doing as well. That's my
Thank
Instagram
you.
there that I just gave you. That's really for all of it. Life journey for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can put Echoes of Life podcast in. You can find that on all the platform as well. Just go follow me and link me to what y'all doing so I can support that. All right.
Okay.
Tiff,
All
I
right.
remember meeting you. You got a story. Like I remember you. So
And,
it's
You talking
and
about
like,
yeah,
me?
yes,
we came
I
to
met you at one
Oh,
of those.
when I spoke.
Yes,
yeah.
I
Oh
remember
yeah.
you. You had a story because I was sitting there like, wow, you inspired me. You know,
Oh, thank you.
I know God has kept you because your story, when I walked away, I was like, wow, she's amazing. I remember you. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, sister. I appreciate
Oh,
that.
yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yes,
we came
ma'am.
to I just how can I forget her name and quit? The
Tisha.
event we came to, Tisha. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
tripping. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we came to Tisha's event. I think both of y'all got a good story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see her write a book too. I mean, put it out there, for the masses to read.
You wait. You just wait.
It's coming. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait to
Ah,
bring up. I can't wait to get both of y'all on here and talk about the books that y'all got coming
Yes.
up. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? But look, Tiffany, if you got something you want to take us out, listen, we'll be glad to hear it.
oh man.
I don't mean to
Um,
put you on the spot, but I listen. But before we have to pay for it, let me get a little free, some of it free. You know what I'm saying?
oh my goodness, I don't really have anything. Oh,
The one you did one, I like the one you did. I think it was about man, but it's got something to do with driving or something. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, because she did some of her portrait at the thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
I did
gosh,
real
yeah.
nigga shit. Yeah, I
Oh,
did real
yeah.
nigga
Yeah,
shit.
the real nigga shit. That's it right there. Yeah.
I was blown away with
But
that.
let me
I
get the
was
real nigga
like,
shit for you though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
okay.
love that.
Let me, well, see, I don't know my poetry by heart. I am a
It's
reader. I write it
so
and then I
if
just
we
move.
don't do it tonight, next time.
Okay.
But if you got it, if you got it somewhere near you, you can grab it real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Cause
We ain't trying to
yeah.
let you get away. Well, as long as you wrote it, it came from your head. I don't care if you
Yeah.
read it or not.
Okay. Okay, let me see. This is called More Than Friends. I don't know if you heard this one before. Let me just see if I can kind of remember a little bit of it. Um, I'm in love with him from a distance. He's become my best friend. We share moments together when he's in town, but I still can call him a man. Gosh, we laugh and talk about everything. I told my cheering on until he found his queen. We rarely see each other and we don't talk much. His work schedule makes it complicated for us to keep in touch. We talk about what it was like and how much fun we had. The separation is killing us, not because it's bad. I need him and he needs me. We understand each other in ways that no one's been able to see. Our passion isn't less, but I can't explain it. It's an unspoken much that's full of so much trust. He makes love to my mind without ever touching my skin. He's one of a kind. Missing him, I'm trapped in his whirlwind. We both never know when we'll see each other again. Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That's listen. I when you get your actual the one that we was talking about that he wants
Hmm.
to hear, you don't need to half do that. You need to read it from beginning to the end. Cause that is like when I tell you I was just so impressed with that. I was like, your mind so creative. So
Thank you.
you gotta hear fully, like fully without you can't leave nothing out. So
Yes,
we'll
yes,
wait on it.
ma'am.
We'll wait on you.
I will have it ready next week. I will do it next week and have it
Yes, we'll
ready.
wait on you.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get some closing comments. We're gonna let you go first, Tiffany. Whatever you want to talk about, closing remarks before we get up out of here.
Um, Sister Life, I honor you. Again, you're a teacher. And I was learning from you today, and I'm looking forward to reading your book to learn more from you today. And please, when you have speaking engagements, tag me, let me know. I want to come, I want to be present. Um, because again, I honor you and congratulations to you, and I want to support you. And just, thank you for just having me on. That's really all I got. So
All
Thank
right,
you so
Miss
much.
Journey.
Oh man, thank you, Miss Tiffany. I appreciate you so much. Oh man, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being able to receive that. Um, I was just being my authentic self. In closing for me, I just want to say this week, today Tuesday.
Yeah.
In closing for me this week, take some time to yourself and really examine yourself and get your thoughts together and see where you want to go with yourself. We can't really try to find purpose, and I think that's what a lot of people do. They seek for purpose, but if you really align yourself with the spirit, you'll know where you're going. It's without a doubt you'll get the clarity that you need, but you gotta just stop the distractions, man. So this week is to eliminate distractions and focus on self. That's my closing for people.
All right, then,
amen.
y'all.
Right.
And y'all, we appreciate y'all for coming on,
Yes.
sharing what you, whatever you can share. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Anytime, you're welcome. Anytime. I created this space for us to do exactly this. But so you're welcome anytime. Just say, shoot me the link. I shoot you the link. You want to come on? We can chop it up. If not, we'll just we always have something lined up in case we
Yeah.
don't have guests, so we can talk about it. Other people. A lot of people don't like the face to be shown and all that. They're shy. That's fine, but we appreciate them too.
Yes.
So
That's what's
thank y'all for
up.
Sure.
coming on.
Absolutely. We enjoy
You
both of
know,
you.
Thank you
I'm
for
just
having me.
Thank you,
thank you for
guys.
coming. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
Follow me, Miss
welcome.
Tiffany, so I can follow you back. I appreciate you. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jenny. You guys have an amazing week and shine
Thank
on
you.
purpose, guys.
All right, you
You
too.
Amen.
You
too.
too.
All
All right.
right.
Bye
All
bye.
right.
All right, y'all.
Good night.
Peace. Give them a hand again. I give them a hand again, y'all. And we gonna give y'all a hand. So y'all could be in the bed sleep right now, but y'all watching RL and Jenny in the building. But anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, watching, sharing, commenting. Come again next week. Same black time, same black channel. And remember, if you got something you want to talk about, a nonprofit or a business you want to come on and talk about, you got a book you wrote or just some Bible information. You might want to talk about health. You might want to talk about financial things. You're welcome to come on here. We'll chop it up with you. We'll give you a whole hour. That's how we do it. Because that's what we're about.
That's right.
We ain't about us. We about y'all.
Amen.
And guess what, y'all? We love y'all. And Jenny, tell them.
Ain't nothing y'all can do about
Ain't
it.
nothing y'all can do about it. Peace.